Hi guys, Dr. Walla here from Prestige Animal Hospital in Fontana, California. And today we're going to be discussing what to expect from your first kitten veterinary appointment. Judy's going to be my assistant asking me some questions, and let's get started, Judy.
Okay, so Dr. Walla, what should I expect at my kitten's very first veterinary visit?
So at your first visit, you'll get introduced to the team. You'll get introduced to, how we are going to go about caring for your pet in the different lifestyles and phases. We'll talk about a lot of information on behavior, do a thorough physical exam, make sure there's no congenital abnormalities that have gone undetected or underlying parasites like fleas or ticks. And just an overall discussion of your kitten's health and needs, and be prepared to discuss lifestyle as well. Are you thinking about indoor kitty, outdoor kitty? How many pets do you have in the house? So these are some things to expect to discuss and for us to go over at your veterinary visit.
Okay. And what should I ask my veterinarian at my kitten's first appointment?
A lot of times some good questions are, what kind of food, how much exercise, especially if you're unfamiliar, what are good resources, where's the closest emergency facility in case your regular veterinarian is closed. That's always good to know so you're not scrambling at the last minute. We like to give all that information ahead of time, and we direct people to our website, prestigeanimalhospital.com, where we made for our specific area these client resources for a guide to cat care where they can find all that information, because it can get overwhelming at the visit. So we give them a reference to go back to kind of summarize what we discussed.
Okay. And then how often does my kitten need to go to the veterinarian?
Well, initially, when you first get the kitten, always bring them in initially so we can discuss, hey, how often should they be coming? Because different ages require them to come at different times. For example, let's say you get a 14-week-old cat. They might not be coming as frequently as that 4 or 6-week-old kitten, who we need to see more regularly.
Okay, and then what vaccinations does my kitten need?
Vaccinations typically in kittens it's a multiple vaccine known as FVRCP, feline leukemia, and rabies, all depending on your cat's lifestyle.
Okay, and does my kitten need vaccinations even if I keep them inside?
So this is a question we get often. And my answer to that is, as a kitten, I would, if they're strictly indoors and they have zero contact from other cats outside. And when I mean zero contact, you don't leave the windows open with a screen. You don't have a screen door where they can go up and maybe another kitten can come out and sneeze and get some respiratory aerosols into their eyes or face or hiss. They don't go just outside to the backyard and back in. They're strictly indoors. Then what we do recommend is get them caught up on their kitten vaccinations, get their annual vaccinations, and then we can hold off. If they have any possibility of going outside, regular vaccinations, at least annually, should be required.
Okay, and then what kind of preventative care does my kitten need?
So preventative care, this is again a pillar of our clinic. This is what we, part of our philosophy, strong preventative care to just do that, prevent things from happening later in life, prevent kittens from getting sick, prevent them from getting their owners, transmitting anything to the owners. So some preventative care is fecal testing or poop testing to check for any parasites, because sometimes you can't see parasites that are worms on the stool. It can be eggs. And these can be zoonotic or transmissible to people. Proper vaccinations to protect them from diseases that are common in cats. Blood tests to make sure they weren't born with a virus that sometimes some kitty cats can get. Checking up their heart, their lungs. So regular veterinary appointments are going to be very important.
Okay, and then last question, when should I get my kitten spayed or neutered?
So before I answer that, I'm sorry, I forgot one on the last question. Flea and tick control. Do not forget flea and tick control. Cats are very good at hiding flea and tick control, hiding fleas as they groom often. But now back to Judy's last question. When should I get my kitten spayed or neutered? Generally, we say between 4 to 6 months is a good time for a kitten, male or female kitten, to get spayed or neutered. We tend to wait till 6 months in females, but males can be done as early as 4 months of age. One quick tip I want to give you guys as far as kitten care. First thing we do is when we get the kittens, we bring them home, we get a carrier. All cats should be brought into a veterinary clinic in a carrier because they can get scared, jump, and run away. But what I recommend to people is don't put them in the carrier and bring them directly to the vet and then take them home. And that's the only time you use the carrier, because they will hate going in the carrier and you will be fighting them the rest of their life to go in the carrier. So what I recommend people is when you get a kitten, put them in the carrier, give them a food that they really want, leave the door open, let them go in and out, make it a happy place, put them in, close it, walk around the house, walk outside and back in. Do that a couple times a week, maybe once or twice a week. That way, when they're going in the carrier, they don't associate it with just going to the vet, getting shots and getting looked at. And your life as a pet owner will be much more pleasant instead of having to come in with scratches on your arms for trying to squeeze them into that cat carrier. But if you have any other questions or need some further quick tips on your kitten, go to our website. We created a lot of blogs, service pages. Again, the guide to kitten care or cat care, which you can find under client resources, completely free. We just want to get out there and educate people. Visit us at prestigeanimalhospital.com and book your appointment today. We look forward to helping you.